in the heart of Mississippi, where the Yazoo River twists through the land like a coiled serpent, lies a town with a secret, a curse whispered through generations, a warning never to be ignored. They say that once, in the swamps just outside Yazoo City, an old woman lived in seclusion. The townspeople called her a witch, a woman of dark magic, one who whispered to the shadows and cursed the river with her presence. She lived alone in a shack, deep in the cypress trees where the mist clung to the ground like grasping fingers. Locals spoke of her rituals, strange markings carved into the bark, candles burning at midnight, and the chilling guttural chants carried by the wind. Then came the disappearances. At first, it was just whispers, hunters who never returned, fishermen whose boats drifted back to shore empty. But when a young boy named Daniel vanished near the edge of the swamp, the town could no longer ignore the horror lurking in their midst. A mob formed, armed men, torches in hand, marching through the thick, suffocating air. They stormed the witch's shack and found her crouched in the corner, her eyes black as coal, her lips curling into a twisted smile. She did not beg. She did not plead. She only laughed, a sound that sent ice through their veins. When they tried to seize her, she fought like something not of this world, her nails clawing through flesh, her voice a snarl of rage and curses. She fled into the swamp, her ragged cloak trailing behind her. But in her frenzy, she misstepped, her foot slipping into the soft earth, sinking deeper. As the quicksand pulled her under, she screamed her final bone-chilling words. "In 100 years, I will return, and I will burn this town to the ground." For a time, the town was at peace. The men who had hunted the witch buried what little was left of her in the Yazoo cemetery. To keep her from rising, they wrapped heavy iron chains around her grave, binding her to the earth. But time is cruel. 100 years later, to the day, Yazoo City burned. A fire erupted in the heart of the town, flames racing like living creatures, consuming homes, businesses, streets. The inferno spread too fast, too wildly. The fire department, helpless against the blaze, could only watch as over 300 buildings were reduced to ash. When the fire was finally extinguished, a group of townspeople made their way to the cemetery, to the witch's grave, and what they saw made their blood run cold. No one could explain how the fire started. No one could explain why the cemetery, mere yards from the flames, remained untouched. Even now, the witch's grave remains in the Yazoo City Cemetery, surrounded by rusted, broken chains. Some say if you visit at night, you can still hear her laughter in the wind. Others swear they've seen a shadowy figure standing among the tombstones, watching, waiting. Because if the curse is real, she might not be finished yet. Thanks for stepping into the green room. Was the fire just an accident? Or the witch's revenge? Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications because 100 years may have passed, but curses don't follow calendars. Some say she's still watching, waiting. Until next time, stay away from the graves, and whatever you do, don't break the chains.